Good morning, Floss Tube. Welcome to Justsewsherrie. I'm Justsewsherrie here on YouTube and also over on Instagram. Well, hello and welcome to Saturday the 13th of December. We are just, it's about 25 to 7 in the morning, so I'm a little bit later than what I like to do it, but shattered, and I'll tell you about that in a minute. So welcome. Welcome if you've been with me from the very start. I'm amazed that you're still here. Even I'm struggling to still be here with me. Welcome if you've been scooped up along the way. It's great to see you as always. And welcome to any brand new subscribers. Really grateful that you clicked the subscribe button. And to anybody who's landed here by accident, it would be really good if you decided to join us and come back again. Do all the likes and all the things that apparently you're meant to do on FlossTube or YouTube or any kind of tube. So, what has happened? Well, I've been out, haven't I? I've been out of my house. Didn't get cold. I was fit and healthy. I don't know why I thought I was going to get cold. I get cold once every 5 years. I'm just never ill. It's not like cold, flu-y ill. I'm just not. I swear it's from being in hospitals, working in hospitals from being at 17. So obviously I was exposed to quite a lot of germs. So in other words, germs and me just rock along together quite nicely. So yes, I had to go to London with work. Yes. This week's Justsewsherrie. I'd only been out of the house, not even 4 hours. Yeah. Now what happened? I stopped for, that's right, I wasn't far off London because I was driving. And for me it's about a 5-hour drive, give or take. And I've got I don't know what other people's petrol's like in your car, but I've got little blocks, little Tetris blocks. So it's not like a needle where I can really keep a closer eye on it. Once the block's gone, you never know when it's going to go, and that's it, it's gone. So I was down to only 3 blocks in me petrol tank, and I was having a little bit of a hissy because I'd been exploring a couple of times. Obviously not deliberately, but yes. And I was really worried that if I got stuck in London exploring, I would panic if I didn't have enough, or if I didn't think I had enough petrol. Long and short of it is, I stopped for petrol. And I needed the loo as well. So, I goes to the toilets. And it was just in the garage. It was a services, but I just stopped at the garage part. So there was 2 loos, and I thought, brilliant. So I went in behind this lady who had she had a babe in arms, and she had a little boy who looked about 3. So she was manhandling these 2 cherubs into the bathroom. And there was only 2 toilets. And she went into one, and the other one was there, but it didn't have a seat on. And I thought, and I was desperate for the loo, and I figured she was going to be a little while being in there with little ones and all sorts of things going on. So I thought, I can do this. So picture it, right? There's me. Hovering over the loo. There was a great big, you have the toilet roll dispensaries in I don't know what they're like in other countries, but we have great big rolls and the plastic over the top, and you pull it out the bottom. Well, the plastic had come off, so it was just this massive roll. So I was doing all right so far, so I went to get some loo roll, and the bloody loo roll jumped off the thing. So I tried to catch it and I slipped, and then I thought, shit, and then I sort of went over backwards, and all I could think was, you know how you think in nanoseconds? All I could think was, I'm going straight down this friggin' toilet. So I had a hold of the wall, believe it or not, and the toilet roll thing that was still there in the beginning. And I'm going, and then I stopped. I stopped because this cheek had just hit the what you call it, the curve of the loo. And I thought, oh, good God in heaven. Because if I was going down that toilet, I wasn't getting out by myself. This would have been a fireman job. I mean, never thought of that, to be fair, but yeah. So, yes, fell down the toilet. Next time, I don't care how much I need the loo, I will wait. I will wait until there is a fully functioning toilet available. So yes, that was that was my exciting trip into London. Actually, it was all right, to be fair. It was really good fun, because it was a Christmas day and we had some. I'm usually involved in the fun stuff, and even I couldn't have planned for this. We got there. One of the guys had brought his banjo, no, ukulele. Twing, 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 that sort of twang, twing, whatever it is that you play on. And he decided he was going to, he wanted to do a bit of a song, and he was going to do the Muppets Christmas Carol. And I was like, I had nothing to do with this. So Claire, it's usually me and Claire that organise it, but this year I didn't have much to do with the organising. So Claire was at the front with one of the other girls, Lydia, and I heard her go, Sherrie, come here. I was like, all right. So tootling over, you can be a mouse, can't you? I was like, what? So yeah, Simon decided he was going to do the Muppet Christmas Carol about Scrooge, and me, Lydia and Claire were the misses. We were his back-end singers. Well, and there was only like 2 lines that we had to do, but we had to do it in the voice of mouses. So it said something about the really crappy houses, and even worse for mouses, said the 3 of us. Well, of course, the whole place just absolutely fell about. And apparently it was everybody's favourite part was the mouses backing singers. So actually it was good fun. Having said that, I came back. I drove back, so I drove down on the Monday, drove back on the Wednesday, and got home. I logged back onto work and I did a couple of hours. Thursday, I couldn't function. I was so tired, like, and I just Teams message Claire saying I need the day off. I don't care whether it's sick or leave. I can't function. I just can't. I couldn't. So Claire was off yesterday, and I managed to haul my ass to the settee and log on. It wasn't too bad yesterday. I was tired, but just like a normal tired. So I'm hoping that today I'll be fit and bouncing. And have you seen I've got some lipstick on? I went shopping when I was in London and got a new lipstick. Dead glammed up. So, where are we? Why we're here? What's the point of any of it? Well, cross stitch. Done me Justsewsherrie. I even had a day this week where I did not put a single stitch in. I can't remember the last time that happened. But not a stitch on the Tuesday, not a stitch was put in. Just absolutely shattered. So, but despite that, I have got 2 new starts, a start and a finish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 whips. Quite a few gifts, and some of me older Christmas stitching stuff to show you. So let's get started. Let's start with the finish and start and the finish. These are only littlies, very, very littlies. So these are from GBW Christmas Ornaments. don't know, because normally they have a number on, but this one doesn't. It just, oh, yeah. It doesn't say. So, I did that one. And I just eyeballed a couple of colours. So I did this with pine needles, Roxy floss, and Follow red. So they were the two. These are other ones that I've picked out for different ones that I fancy doing. But for this one, I did those two. And I did this on, it's a 28 count called Dapple. Now, so it just goes, imagine if I did it on 40 count, it would be the teeniest thing going. But I used this just to use it up. I've obviously bought it back in the days when I was new to linen. And I started on 28 count, as most of us do. I started on 28 count. So I thought it'd be a nice way to get it used. This fabric, hopefully you can see it's green. I went and started on my set A, and it looked grey, and I thought, why have I picked a grey fabric? That's a bit weird. So I went to change it, came upstairs, looked at it again, thought it's not grey, it's green. So for whatever reason, underneath me daylight light, it looks grey, sorry. So I took it back down, and even though it looked grey, I stitched on it, and now it looks green again. So there must be something to do with the light. And I've talked about this before, about how we each see different colours. So yeah. So anyway, it's a nice way of getting some of me fabric that I'm not going to use really for anything else. I've obviously used it before because it's got a chunk out of it. So yes, this is the new start. My Barbar sheep, a very, very little new start. And I am doing, let me have a look. Oh, that one, I think it's this one that I'm doing. So just a very small start. And what have I used for that? Oh, I think I've used darker green. I didn't want them all the same, you see. So I've used Balsam Fir, Classic Colourworks. Just so they don't look all the same when they're on the tree. So, yes. So that is my start and finish and my new start. And I have got a bigger new start. And I'm just in love at the moment. Really in love. And it's that salt box's fault. Yes, I know she's the godmother of cross stitch. Stop shouting at me. Yes. Need to show her due respect. Due respect? Is that the... I can't remember. Just make it up as I go along. Yes. Carol, on her montage at the beginning, has got this on again. Christmas Garden by Blackbird. Now, if you can remember, well, you might not remember. Sorry, I didn't leave that up very long, did I? So that's Christmas Garden. When I've looked at it, it's not as big as I think I thought it was. Now, I started this a couple of years ago on. These gaps are going to be on and off more times today. 32 count Cream and Sugar by Fibre on Win. I hate it. Why? 32 count, 2 threads. I hated it. I just hated stitching on it. So my theory was to finish this top row and then stick a border in underneath and just have an exert from the stitching. If I ever do that, I don't know. I did do it with the DMC that it calls for. It's done with, it's charted with over dies and DMC. So I'd use the DMC. So I have restarted it. Sorry, I needed to yawn. I didn't go, well, I went to bed and was asleep for 7 o'clock last night. I didn't wake up until after 5. So that's over 10 hours sleep. So I'm obviously still needing it. It's really, really, really took it out of me. All the shenanigans that's been going on. You see? Going to the low lasses, just if there's not a lid on, if there's not a seat on, don't. Take my advice, just don't. And no, we think we're still in our 20s and our thigh muscles are brilliant. They are not. They are not. So anyway, I've restarted it. And I have restarted it on Fibre on a Whim still, Milk and Honey, 40 count. What was the other one? Cream and Sugar. So they're very, very, very similar. It's got more of a brownie hue. Yeah, it's got more of a brownie hue to it. And I'm loving it. So I've started it with the overdyes this time and I'm pleased to have. I'm so, so pleased. I think it's going to look fabulous. I really do. Yeah. I started it on, I can't remember, maybe, I think I started it before I went to London. And I picked it up again last night as a comfort stitch. 40 count was a comfort stitch, but it was because of the pattern and I was just like, oh, I need to do that. Yeah. And if you do want to see a proper version, go and see Carol or Brenda from Brenda and Laura. She's done it as well. And I'm sure there's lots and lots more accomplished stitches that have done it, that you can see it. You can see how it's meant to be done. So yeah, so that is my new start. Oh, I know Saturdays are meant to be my fancy ladies, but I think I might have to make an exception for this today. It's Christmas. You've got to work on your garden for Christmas, haven't you? So they are the overdyes. And I only put the ones that I'm stitching with so that the other threads aren't getting constantly gnawed and touched and all the rest of it. So each time I run out of a thread, I'll replace it from me stash. Otherwise I found that they just get tatty. Even though I'm not really using them because I'm not pulling threads from them, they still just get tatty because they're being moved a lot. So yeah, oh, I should have said, sorry, this is from Home for the Holidays by Blackbird Designs. And me and the very gorgeous Sarah Stonehouse from Instagram. I've got a hot date this weekend for a cuppa. It was meant to be Thursday. I was not fit. I just wasn't. I wasn't fit for knee on Thursday. So we're having a cuppa and a get together and a planning session this weekend. So we will be able to tell you all about our new Blackbird challenge that we've got coming up. So finish, start and finish and start. It wasn't even a finish. I'm just lying. Just totally lying. So, for the moment, I have given up my Christmas cricket collection. I'm going to pull the red out and I'm going to redo it again in white, I think. But for the moment, it's just having a little time out. So because of that, I picked up the other one, Cricket Collection Winter. And I'm pleased with this. I am pleased with this. So I finished the first letter, W. You can see in there all the white. Have I finished it? No, I've got a couple of stitches to put in here where this pink thing is. But other than that, it's finished. So I now need to kit up, because I only get the threads out for the one letter that I'm stitching. So again, I'm not yanking threads around and touching them and, you know, just moving them all over the place. So I'll be able to dekit this now and pick up the colours for I for the next letter. I think, did I? I did. Now, I did it with a cold for, apart from I picked up this one. Now, this is an anchor thread that just, I've got some random anchor threads from places. So it's anchor 159. Yeah, anchor 159. And it was for the snowflakes. So can you see on here? There's a snowflake here. And there's a snowflake there. And sorry, it was a cough this time. don't want to cough in your face. So that, if I remember right, the actual colour was, I couldn't see it on this fabric because it was a very, very light blue or kind of off-white, if you like. I just couldn't see it. So I just went through and I just eyeballed a colour that I liked. So I've done it in, just so you can see it. You can see it popping up a little bit better there. Other than that, I have used the cold for. And this has been done on 46 count, yes. 46 count. She says very smugly. Yeah, will not tell you that I used me plus four glasses, and sometimes the what do you call it on me light, and the magnifier on my light. So don't think, oh my God, she's great doing. No. I use everything, every cheat that's out there. That's me. I'm using it. So yes, but I am enjoying it on the 46 count. I am quite liking it. It's not as much of a challenge as the 56, which I need to finish. I did a 56, Be Not a Dunce by Mama Loves You, and I did it with a wonderful lady called Sarah, who finished hers. Yeah, I don't know why, I just ran out of steam with it. I will pick it up, but I don't know if it was a count too far for me. Anyway, what do you think of me get up? Derby weekend. We haven't had Derby weekend for a decade. We did have one match, and I think it was, so where I live is, I live in Northumberland. Funny enough, one of my gifts relates to that I've treated myself to. So I live in Northumberland, next to Newcastle, basically, and then down the way, a bit further down the way, is somewhere called Sunderland, and that's classed as Wearside. We're on Tyneside, they're on Wearside, and it's just the two different rivers. When it comes to football and lots of other things, we hate each other. I mean, and I'm not talking about a normal, oh, I hope we win the derby. I'm talking vicious, absolutely vicious and vile. Put it this way, they quite often stopped from allowing the away fans into the grounds, because it's like the Wild West. The violence, the football violence and fights and all of that stuff are just awful. And it's one of those where I think we're all dreading it because nobody wants to lose, but we are playing away from home, so it's kind of like the onus is with them, really. If we win, it'll be because Sunderland have come up into our league and they're actually doing really well, as much as I hate to say it. They are doing very, very well. Have I just said that out loud? Oh God, Sherrie. They're doing all right. They're doing all right. For Mackhams, we call them Mackhams. For Mackhams, they're all right. They're all right. So yes, it's not till tomorrow, but it is Derby weekend. Pray for me, guys, because if we get beat, to be fair, it could be worse. If we get beat at St James's Park, which is our ground, then there would be some serious trouble. The last time it happened, oh God, there was some really bad violence to the point where, I mean, Geordies they're not the brightest in the bunch sometimes. One man got prosecuted for punching a police horse. Yes, you heard that right. He punched a police horse. He said it was in self-defence because the horse was coming for him. That was hell on, like, to be fair. There was a massive outcry. And this is from Geordies. They weren't happy at all. This guy was obviously just not right in the head. So, yeah, let's hope all the animals stay safe this time round. So, next one I did, Companion Quaker Christmas Tree Sampler Part 2. And I've got some good progress on this. I'm quite pleased with this. I've lost my board. Do you know where it is? Do you know where I've put it? Oh, I found it. You do not want to see the mess that is my room at the moment. It's awful. Really, really awful. The longer I can spread this out, the longer I can make this last, the least I have to do to tidy up. So, this is where I am. So, I am not a million miles away from a finish. So, since you saw it, I think, I can't remember if I'd done half of this one or if I'd done this and was in half of that one. For whatever reason, I've done up to here. So I've got one more Quaker to go. I've got the end of this little, not that one, this little doofer here. I've got one more thing. Yes, I need to go back. I need to not do this, you know. I need to do things as I'm going. I know I give some people like the shivers when I'm like, yeah, I'll go back and do that. And they're like, no, just do it. So yes, when I get the next thread out for that, I will go back and do the other little doofer here. And then I've got the trunk on the tree. I don't think I'm going to do the alphabet. It's an alphabet at the bottom. I don't think I'm going to do it. I think I'm just going to do the tree trunk. What do you think? I don't think the alphabet adds a great deal to it. I don't know, I can't decide because I do quite like the alphabet, but I think I'm looking for a quick win as well. Tell me what you think. Alphabet or not alphabet? And this has been done on Haunted. 36 count, I think. I've lost the little tag. Yes, Haunted. I'm sure it's 36 count, it wouldn't be 40 count. Buy Picture This Plus. That is that one. So yes, I went shopping. Oh, I went to get me tea, and it was on the Wednesday night, and nobody else was staying over that night, so I was on my own. And I made the mistake of venturing into MAC makeup shop because I needed, what did I need? Oh, I needed a new pot of eyeliner. Well, lipstick, blusher, eyeliner, mascara later. What can I say? What can I say? They saw me coming. Right, this one. Now, I got this wrong as well the last time I showed you it. So this is Quaker Christmas Samplers by Carriage House Samplings. I said this was part 2 from that one that I've just shown you. It's not. It's not even by the same company. It's got nothing to do with that. I just lie. Blatant lies. So it's not. It's by Carriage House Samplings. And I did find the part 1 though as well. So I'm doing this one. So this obviously there's the 2. I'm doing this one. I thought this would be a quicker. I needed a methodical, meditative stitch. So I went back to this and just did I just needed a zone out stitch one particular day. I can't remember when it was. So this is where I am. So I think I'd done up to the end of Merry and the first sort of 2 of these. So I've done another couple of stars, poinsettias, and I've done Chris. I wanted to check that it would actually fit, but I'm pretty sure it will. You know, I mean, because I do measure them, and I go into the app that I use, which is what? X Stitch Plus. That one. So I use that. And I did measure it and it did come out. So this has been done on 20 count fibre on a whim wheat. So it's a nice easy stitch. It's on a nadir and it's a methodical, repetitive stitch. I love doing this. I could do these all day, all year. I could do these kind of stitches. Just, like I say, I just find them what's the word? Like soul restoring. Yeah, I can just, if I'm not feeling great, or whether that's emotionally or physically, it's the sort of stitch that mends my soul. Okay, one moment. Right, another Blackbird. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Oh, what's the, we wish you a Merry Christmas, that's the one. Is everybody ready for Christmas? I don't have to buy anything. I've got 2 nephews and a niece that I buy for. I've got my best friend and her daughter. My parents. Oh, in fact, I've got to fully finish, but I haven't got it here. This is how tired I was. I got a phone call on Thursday to say that my piece for my parents was done and it was ready to be collected from the framers. I haven't even been bothered to go down and get it. I was so tired, I just couldn't. Even yesterday, I just couldn't. So, yeah. So that's all I've got. My sister, I buy something little for her. And that's it. I think. So yeah, it's a very, very quiet Christmas that I have. Okie doke. This is where we are. So this is done on 40 count dark Sanditon, not Sanditon, Sanditon, by Swan Bay Fabrics. I can't remember where I was up to. You know, when I picked it up this time, I was up to like Christmas. So I've done like the pink border and then all down here. And I did have a little bit of an, oh dear, have I left myself enough space? I have, just. So it'll end about here. It will give me literally 3/4 of an inch, if I'm doing right, if I'm lucky. That was the phrase. But we're into the good stuff now. It's so sweet, this. Look at it, man, the little flower at the bottom. She's obviously been quite young, the girl who's stitched this. Just wondering if, I don't think it says anything. No. Doesn't say anything about it. And I'm not sure what to do, because at the bottom, I assume, can you see B and A? I assume that's Bob. So do I just put my own initials on it? I don't really want to. Or do I just leave it blank? I don't know. I don't know what to do. I think I'll decide when I get there. Obviously I'll have to. Yeah. But it's lovely. And I'm doing it with all the called for over dyes. It's lush. Such a lovely little sampler, this. Hopefully that will be finished for next week. And I've decided that since the framers is actually much more reasonable than I thought it would be, money-wise, cost-wise, every time I go down I'm going to take something else to be framed. So even if it's just a little one, I know which one I want framing next. So, but it is a fairly small one. But I want it done with a big chunky frame, I think. We'll have a look when we get down there. Okay, and this is my last whip, which is my Snow Queen. I don't know how far I got with this. Let me have a look. I don't know why I say that, you know, because it's not a Geordie. I think it's more of a Yorkshire, a Luke. I don't know, just got it in my head and that's what I say. Yeah, I know I'm a bit weird. I know. We all know. Certainly if you've been here for at least one episode, you'll know. Come on, get straight. Right, what did I do on this? Well, I know what I did. I did a braid. So I finished off all of our braid apart from the beads. So I've got to go back and put some beads in. There may be one or two stitches that I've missed. But I decided to go from the top down and try and get all of the stitching done. Because I've got bits and pieces, as me being me, here, there and everywhere, where there's just a few stitches of each colour to be done. So yeah, I decided to start from the top and work down. So all over here now is just beads, I think. And coming down, I did her hand, put her hand in, and then I came down here and put some more in down her arm and her hand as well here. I also filled in a couple of the bits of stitching again on the reindeer's saddle. So I did a snagging. I had a snagging day, if you like. I just went back to the beginning and tried to fill in as much of, what do you call it, the fabric stitches, not the beads. What else did I do? Came down here and I put this black in because I wanted to start and put in the bottom of a coat, and I couldn't figure out here this bit of grey. I couldn't quite, I could count it and I could see where I thought I was, but I thought I'm just going to put this in and this gives me another marker to count off. So I've come down and done the black down here, and I've started to come along here with the grey. So these bits will be the last bit I do. I don't know whether it's last before beads or last after beads, because this is like the whisper white, but there's still more stitching to go in here. She gets like little snowflakes in the bottom of her frock. But yeah, we're starting to come to the point where I can what you call it? I can put pieces to bed. Like I can say, right, that's her braid done. Everything's done on it. I just need to put the beads on. Or I might even start and put the beads on as well. I've put a lot of the beads on the reindeer. You can see it there. Yeah, and down here you can't see very well, but this is all beaded as well, so that's all done. But I put it in my hoop the other day and I cracked a bead. So now I got a wonderful millennium frame off a lady called, was it Dawn or Debbie? But it's just a little bit too big. So I need a slightly smaller frame to be able to put the felting in, so that I can start and put the beads in sort of properly. See how it goes. So anyway, I haven't put any more beads in recently since I cracked that one bead. To be fair, I've stitched quite a lot on it, and I've only ever cracked one. So, like, since I put the beads on. Anyway, this has been done with all of the called for, which is Cryneck and DMC and Karen Water Lilies, and obviously all of the beads. And it's been done on, I made it up last week, didn't I? Not that this is unusual. Twilight by Wishelt. Because I was calling it Moonlight or Midnight or something ridiculous, wasn't it? Twilight blue linen. So this is 32 count. So she's coming on. I say that every week. Either her or Gaia. She's coming on. She's coming on. Yeah. So that is all of my stitching this week. So I'll get shuffled around where I need to be, because there's still quite a lot that I want to go through. On a memento. Right, I think we'll go through gifts first, and then we'll go through the Christmas stitching that I've done in the past. Yeah. I don't know which way to do it. I've got no idea. So we're going to do it how we're going to do it. Firstly, I wanted to talk about the Book of Days. So Rachel sent me a copy of the Book of Days last week, which I showed you. There's a bit of a heads up. If you want one, you need to get in and get them ordered. Once they're gone, they're gone. So, and obviously, it's not long till 2026. So I thought I'd show you, if you don't know what Book of Days is, it is quite literally, it's just like a month on a page, that's all. So you can just put in each day what you've been stitching on. You've got your notes down the side, and you've got some other February notes along here as well. And they have little sayings and quotes in, and you know how I love me little quotes. So that is the Book of Days, obviously one for each month. I will show you one that I've kept previously. So this one. So it's shown what I've stitched on each day. I've put stickers in. Now down the side for me, I always put new starts with the dates and finishes with the dates, so that I can backtrack. And you know, I was talking about it not long since, when I was saying, oh, I wish I'd known. Oh, it was pot sampler. I wish I'd kept a specific date when I started it. So again, I've got stickers. I've got my starts and my finishes. I haven't got any stickers on that one, but I've got different colour pens. don't know why I've got different colour pens. It's October. So that is the book of days. I find them really, really easy to keep. Because there's not a lot to them, I can just jot down, like this is what I've stitched on today. For me, it's mainly about keeping the starts and finishes. Although it is nice to look and see. Yes, stitched every single day. I might not have written it down every single day, but yeah, it's one of the easiest ones I've ever had to keep. I used to do a lot of bullet journaling as well, and it reminds me of that a little bit. So you've just got literally things in bullets. So it's nothing, because we don't want to spend our time faffing on with books, want to spend our time stitching, but we do, you see that funny little one? We do want to keep sort of some records. So that is that. So you need to get on Rachel. You can use the link that's in the down below if you want to. And remember to use Sherrie 5 and you'll get 5% off with Rachel. Talking Dog Stitchery. I probably forgot to say that. Talking Dog Stitchery is where you need to go to find it. Now, I said I was talking about Northumberland before, and I've got some gifts from Northumberland Sampler House. I got this. Now, I don't know. I've just gone onto the listen to see if they've got any left. Let me have a look. Yeah, I don't think they've got a huge amount. And I read something where it said they only had like 14 or whatever it was. So these have come from, where's my gaps? Vintage wooden cotton bobbins measure 7 inches and are perfect for attaching stitching to. They come from former cotton mills of the Midlands, UK. They do come in a variety of colours and have vintage cotton varying in thickness. So I got one of these. I like it. I probably won't attach stitching to it. I just like it for aesthetic purposes. That's all. I just like having a little set up with some vintage cotton bobbins. Yeah. I was looking at me little thing to see if I could show you anything, but there's not really anything there, not vintage ones. My favourite ones are downstairs where I can see them all the time. So I got that. That doesn't count as one of my gifts. Definitely not. Because it's got nothing to do with patterns of fabric or this, right? This, just pretend you never saw it, right? Just pretend you never saw it. So that's on Etsy, by the way, if you want one of them. And again, much like Rachel's, once they're gone, they're gone. I also got, so I had 3 choices left. We're now in December, so I've got another 3, and I've decided that Santa, well, I had a chat with him, and he said, Sherrie, you can have another 3 for Christmas. So I've got 9 left to pick. So I will include this as one of the 9. So I've got 8 left. This is a Northumberland Sampler House, and it is called Chambray. 40 count Chambray. It's a bit bluer than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was more of a silvery blue. It's still pretty. It's still really lovely. It's got some really, can't see it on there as much, but it's got some very gentle variegation on it. Really lovely. So that's from the Northumberland Sampler House. They were definitely bits of dust. Even I can see the dust. Right, what else did I get? So my advent calendar from Historical Sampler Company. I got, look at him. He's one of my little Mises. It's Eva, where's my Mises? Yeah. I got reindeer snow globe pattern. with the fabric. And there's an easel board to go with it. A needle minder, a little deer needle minder, and he's as sweet as can be. Look at him. I love a Christmas sheep, and I don't even know why. We've got this thing about Christmas sheep these days. I don't know. But another little ornament, a little sheep. And I got some needles. So these are size 26, which are ideal. I think 26 you can use for most things. I tend to gravitate to a 28 when I'm stitching on 40 count, but you can stitch on anything with a size 26 in my opinion. And we got another pattern, which is the knoll, and we got the fabric to do it on and the hoop to put it in. So that is what we got off this week. I also got, this isn't cross stitch, but I did get the cross stitch one as well. I've just gone to print out something and I've run out of paper, so I can't show you anyway. So the embroidery for November from Stitchery, which is really lovely. And we did get the cross stitch in as well, but I've forgotten to organise that as I usually do. So they are all the gifts that I've got this week. We're getting there, guys, we're getting there. We're on 7:45, so yeah, we're getting there. Oh, hang on, I'll have to go and grab everything. Right, let's have a look at some of the things I've made before. I do have something which I've forgotten to tell you all along. I've got a giveaway, but we'll do that at the end. So let's have a look at the stuff I have done. So this is the stuff that's sitting on my tray. Oh, I've left the cushion up there as well, just realised. So these are all just ones that I've found in Hobbycraft, and they're just, you know, the little, you get like a little box. That's all they are. They're just little ones like that. Apart from this one, now I think this one is from a magazine. I think it's the free gift from a magazine, because these little ones don't tend to have so much backstitch on. So these are all done on either 14 or 16 count. Probably 16 count, maybe. I kind of wish I'd pulled that in a little bit more. It's got an awful lot of white around him. But they're the three that I've done. I have done 2 of these. The other one's downstairs because it's on my scissor fob. So these are Cross Stitch Guild and they are Christmas trimmings. I've got another 2 to do. These are the gingerbread. I've got the robin to do. The other one that I've done is a Christmas pud, and it's lovely. And I can't remember the other one, but I've got them both to do. But I think these are fab. So I've hung one on my tree, and I've got one as a scissor fob, which is down in me stitching stuff. Right, oh, now this is technically a fully finish that I haven't shown you. So we have got Christmas Rules by Primrose Cottage Stitches, I think. So all I have done, because I wanted to fit it onto one of these that I had, I've had to pull it in really tight. So all I've done is I've frayed the edges, so I've frayed 5 either side. So I have been quite finicky about how many strands I've frayed. And I did the same at the bottom. Now I was going to put some lead at the bottom so that it hangs, but actually it doesn't need it. And then at the top, I'll be honest, I've just folded it over. I don't know what kind of fabric this is. It's certainly not a Picture Plus or anything like that. It's quite a crunchy fabric, which means I've been able to just fold it over, nip it with me fingers, and it stayed where it is. And this was one of the ones I did with Rachel. This was the first one we did, me and Rachel, when we did our sale, and we did it in the 6 months. And it was heavy going, heavy going. The giveaway, heads up, the giveaway is a copy of the new sale that me and Rachel are going to be doing. So yeah. So that's that. That is Christmas rules. It's come up lovely. I'm chuffed to bits with it. Christmas Parade by Primrose Cottage as well, I think. If it's not, it's Cottage Garden. It's Santa's Parade. You'll be able to find it. And this was like kind of all over everywhere. I think it was last year. Could be wrong. But I love this. I love the way the little noses are in the air, like dead proud, like I'm with Santa. I just love this. And this, I did this on 32 Count Stormy, and I just backed it with a Christmas fabric and did a centre snip to fill it. It's filled with poly stuff, and then covered it. I love that. It's one of my favourite things I've ever made. I've got another cushion. This is Stitches Through the Years on Etsy. Now this was a free pattern when I did it. I'm not sure it's a free one. Somebody asked a couple of years ago and it took me for ages to find it. It was just a nightmare. I'm not sure I could find it again now. But yeah, so again, this is a Tilda fabric that I've backed it with. And where have I? I've obviously done a good job because I can't figure out where. I know what I've done. I've done the bestest job ever in the world. So what I've done is I did a centre thingy, but I've cut out another bit that's exactly, not quite exactly, but it's another bit of the tree on a different part of the fabric, and I've just stuck it over so that you can't even see. I don't know if you can see there. Can you see there? That's the end. So I've literally just cut it out as if it went there anyway. It just goes to show it took me ages to figure out what I'd done or how I'd done it. I was thinking those the borders are really, really, really neat. If I've done a ladder stitch, I've done come on Sherrie, find the word. I've done a fantastic job. So that is that. It's also done on, it will be either a 16 or a 14 count, and it's Teen Coffee dyed by me. So I did this one. I was quite chuffed with it. What have we got now? We have got I've got a crease in it. So this is October House Fibre Arts. I love this. This was one that stitched itself last year. I loved every stitch of this. And I've just done it with a little bit of batten to give it a little bit of poof. And you can see there, when I've stored it, it's obviously had something on it, which is annoying. And it looks like it's been stitched on raw, probably 36 count. So I got raw, I think. Could be wrong, but that's what it looks like. And I've just framed it myself. Now, I can never remember. Oh, I've lost one. I've lost one. Hang on. There's one that ran away. Found it. So, this is Country Cottage Needleworks. This is Snow Village. That's just on a grey. It'll be 16 count Ada. Again, at the beginning of my... Well, before I'd branched into linen as I was just starting to sort of branch into linen. Again, did the easiest snip in the middle and then filled it. I filled the bottom with crushed walnut shells, and then all this top bit is in polyfibre. So gives it something heavy to just sort of sit. But then it's got the polyfibre at the top, and I've literally just glued a star button on. And that's mainly because you can see where it's cut underneath, because I haven't actually stitched it and then put something on. I've just clagged it on and hope for the best. Yep, that's an official. It's a technical term when you clag something on. Yeah. And the other two that I've done were frozen hot chocolate chop. Again, the same fabric. This is why I stopped doing them. So I did that one, and I've got the snow cone cart. And I stopped doing them because I couldn't find the fabric to match. Now, I'm far away from it enough now, like 2 or 3 years away from having done them, that now I'd be quite happy to go back and just do them in something different. I wouldn't do these again. I would just do the others in something different, and it would just complement, like, they'll all just go into a dough ball anyway at Christmas. So it doesn't really matter. So that's those two. What else have I got here? I showed you this last week, but I'll show you again. So this is Primitive Hair, Queen of the Needles, and this is the Christmas Queen of the Needles. Oh, Sherrie. And yes, I made a right arse end of it at the end here. But it's homemade. It's homemade. It's home loved, and that is the official side, the front side. I did enjoy this. There's a series: spring, summer, autumn, winter. This is the winter, and again I think it stitches through the years. This has just been filled with polyfibre, so it's dead light. I assume I have I think I've just invisi stitched it along here, so I've done quite a good job of that. Well done, Sherrie. You can tell it's been done on that side, but yeah, it's not a bad job actually. This was on 20 count, and this was one of my favourite fabrics. It was a Megan Coffee craft, but because she doesn't redo the same colour fabrics, I couldn't get any more. I would have bought a flipping yard of that. I loved it. Stitches Through the Years, I think, again, or something like that. It was a pattern on Etsy that I got, so obviously you can see 2023. And again, I did my usual Christmas fabric, snip finish, and I put a button and glued a little present button in the middle just to finish it off. Excuse that noise, but I need it there. It's got something on I need to show you. My phone. I should have put it on silent. Sorry. This is that gorgeous creature, Chris the Camping Stitcher. I did this a couple of years ago as well, and I really enjoyed doing this. Now, I think I dyed this myself as well. I think this was a piece of stuff that I did. I just did it with the white. I assume that was the called for, to be fair. And again, but this one, I've gone a little bit wild. I've gone a little bit crafty. I cut out a flower. I like to go into charity shops and buy clothes for the material. So I'd found a skirt and it had all these flowers all over it, and I really liked them, so I bought it, cut it up and used it. So that's one of me charity things, and then obviously just the blue button in the middle, and that's that. This is incredible, not my stitching, but so this is, you probably all know, it's the gingerbread house, which was the exclusive from Jingle Ball 2024. I didn't do Jingle Ball 2025. My spending would have been, and I'm so close to the end. I'm so close to the end of my minimising what I buy. Yeah, I just thought I can't be trusted. And there was no spare responsible adults to chaperone me, so I wasn't allowed to go. So anyway, this was last year's exclusive, and I managed to get the kit fabrics, not in the kit because you can't order them from the UK, but Tonya Blackberry Primitives was selling the stuff that would go with it, so I ordered some of that. I made this into a little pocket, the little I don't know if there's anything in there. Oh, so I've got a little tape measure in there, and a button. There you go. Oh shush, can you hear him? Scout, he's just come in. And I just put a little thing on, and that's the other side of it. So that's the inside of the house. So on the front I did change it a little bit. I put little brads in along here, you can see, put little buttons along there, and I put little beads on for the wreath and for the Christmas tree. It felt like there was so much going on this side that when I did this, it just looked like a random house. It didn't look like, I wanted it to look like, oh, it's Christmas, let's see what's inside. Do you know what I mean? So that was how I did it. Other than that, I did it with the called for threads and on a very similar fabric. I don't think that the stitched fabric was the called for, but it was very similar. So that was one of my favourite makes ever. And this one was the Advent from Evertotes last year. So that was Jacob from Modern Folk Embroidery, Evertotes and Roxy Floss do a collaboration for the Advent, and that's what this was for last year. We're getting there. We're getting there. This is Scandi Christmas tree, or Scandi tree, something like that. This is Historical Sampler Company, and I did this, gosh, 7 or 8 years ago maybe. It's been done for quite a while. I really enjoyed this. I would have got it as a kit, so I'm assuming it's all the called for, because this was back in the day before I knew you people and these threads and all this sort of stuff existed. Just got a kit and I stitched it because that's what I did. I wanted to stitch and that's how I did it. And I've just framed it myself. It's atrocious. It is what it is. And the last one is another Historical Sampler Company. So this is called the White Christmas Tree, or the White Tree, something like that. And I love this. I love this so much. I stitched it 3 times. So I stitched it once and gave it to my sister. I stitched it again for me. And then I stitched it again on a 14 count Ada, which is still sitting in my drawer of doom. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but yeah. So this is, and this is the called for fabric and everything. This is the kit I got. So I bought the kit twice, but I did stitch it once from the original. I love this. Absolutely love this with a passion. I don't know why, it's one of the most favourite things I've ever stitched. So that is my Christmas stuff. There's a couple of bits here and there that no doubt I will have missed. But that's the bulk of it anyway. So, giveaway time. Me and Rachel have decided which sal we are doing for next year. So we've usually got a sal going on. And it's ended up being a Christmas sal thing. I don't know how or why, but it did. It wasn't meant to be. It's just ended up being Christmas stuff. So anyway, it was Rachel's turn to pick because I picked last year. I picked Christmas. So she has decided, and I would have printed this out but I can't, that we're going to do hands-on design Christmas folk. So, and this is one that will split up quite nicely. So we're going to do it in 6 months again. Rachel's on it. It's her baby. She's going to split it up and tell me what I'm doing, because I've done it the last couple of times. So yeah, this one's for Rachel. It was an exclusive at the Jingle Ball 2024, which I bought. I bought it there, so I've got the PDF. Rachel does have it in stock, but she has said she will give one away. And it's not even down to me, so you might actually get it at a reasonable time. Leslie, Nancy, I still haven't posted yours. I've had to get some more, what do you call them? Envelopes. I need some more A4 envelopes. I didn't realise until yesterday. I went to go and actually sort it out. And so yeah. All of my giveaways are always the caveat, like, you'll get it at some point, because I'm just not very good. I have skill set. Getting to the post office is not in my skill set. So yes, so it will come from Rachel, but the giveaway will have the comment as folk, F-O-L-K, folk. So this is called Christmas folk, and we'll have folk as the, what do you call it? That thing. The word. I can't even. You can tell when I come to the end because my words just peter off. It's just not happening. Right. So, forward plans this week. I haven't got any plans other than to catch up with some stitching. I missed such a lot last week. Christmas garden's my favourite at the moment. Is there anything else that I need to get those other ones finished from last year that I haven't touched this week. The ones on the black that I got off Allison. Need to get them on the go. I've got one thing that is nearly fully finished. So I just need to whip stitch the side of it to close it, and that'll be a fully finished. So I'm looking forward to getting that done. Other than that, it's Christmas. I'll do what I want, because that's what Santa says I can. There you go. See? Okay. Final thought. I thought would be around Christmas. It only comes once a year, so I thought we'll have a couple of weeks of Christmas quotes. So today I've not come across this one before, and I just liked it. So this is from Agnes M. Paro, P-A-H-R-O, and she said, "What is Christmas? It is tenderness for the past, courage for the present, hope for the future." Bye for now.